Yo, so you won't think the week I just had. Listen, I copped the all-white Margielas. I got a foreign, and she ain't born. You feel me? It's a BMW, by the way. Listen, she got big titties. She got a big ass. You feel me? Yo, I can't wait for you to meet this girl. This is the best week I've ever had. Best week I've ever had.
I wonder if you know that I know he's lying right now. Oh, you got the new Margellas? That's what's up. That's what's up. I see you. That's your BMW? That's nice. That's your girl? Golly. Okay, I see you. But I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. Why? You making it hard for me. Yeah. Every time you tell me something, I figure that you're lying. You is almost like faking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you're lying. But you sound excited. And you know that I know that you're lying. Oh girl. Cue the rain. I got you. The rain, yeah. Turn on. A little bit more.
Oh, Lord.
I'ma keep on lying to you. Yeah. Until you think it's the truth.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Now, girl, I know you.
My fucking back is shot. Fuck you, Maddie. My shit talking skills have went down quite a bit. I will never ever lose my shit talking ability. It is one of the very few talents I've been given in life.
Oh, you know you can't help it. You know what I wanna know. Why the fuck you lie?
She told a big old whopper the other night, and a lot of people have requested a review of this accounting of events. But we'll see. Hold on. Are we done with the fucking song? Should we just roll the beautiful bean footage?
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying.
Alright. We'll just roll the beautiful bean footage. Yes, I'm judging the judge. And it's so hard to fucking listen to. And I'm going to be honest. I pre-flighted it, but I had to dip around. I know a little bit of what she's going to talk about, but the beginning was boring as fuck. But for the sake of continuity and context, I'm going to play it in its entirety. What's up, Ringo? Joe nasty ass. Here's your friend.
Hi, lovelies. Hey, lovely Leslie.
Showing the inside of a nice car. A new car.
What's up? Can I have a rundown?
Oh.
Hi.
Okay, so a little bit of context. She's coming from a party, and the first thing she does is get in the car and go on Periscope and ask for a rundown. Wow. Who does that?
Hi, lovelies. Oh, yes. It's a lonely. Hi, Patricia. Hey, JDL. Hey, you and step outside, but not to crawl. Yeah.
No, it's step outside, but not to brawl, Maggie, with a B, not crawl with a C. Anthony Kiedis ain't gonna crawl, he gonna brawl with his little skinny ass. Oh, really? What happened? Oh, it's glitching. Yeah, you can tell she's on cellular. It's glitchy as fuck.
Tell me. Kiss you, cause it's birds I'll share.
With the birds all share. She is jacking this fucking song up.
Oh no! Is it so glitchy? With the birds that shed, it's a lonely view. And with the birds that shed, it's a lonely view.
Holy!
I'm good. How are you, lovely Stace? Hey, lovely Kelly. Okay, good. I'm glad.
Notice when the beautiful broadcaster greets all the people and they come in the chat. Notice when they do all the shout outs at the beginning of the scope. Hi, Bob. Hi, John. Beautiful Leslie.
You know what? What a good question, D. So, he is
Snorting shit?
Something like that, which that's great. That's wonderful. Like, he kisses fairly well.
Okay, he's a Marine and he kisses fairly well. Who talks about that, first of all? I met a hot guy that turned me on and we hooked up on the car, yo. But it's funny that she chooses a Marine. Out of all the different types of men she could have fantasized about, she chooses a Marine. I happen to be a Marine. Tell me if something's wrong here.
Hands were shaking. I thought that was somewhat sweet. Way too good looking.
Okay.
Like, beautiful man.
No, nobody would say way too good looking. Somebody would say a very good looking guy or dude or man or whatever. Sir Sean Billington, Earl of Hamilton.
So Judy, like, he teaches things, which is great. So
it literally sounds like it's fresh out of a romance novel, possibly a soap opera.
I don't have to worry about him like dying. No, this is just a man that I met at my friend's surprise party and chose to make out with. Because why not? Right?
No, listen, and I'll tell you one thing: the uniform is a plus. However, no Marine worth their sand wants to go out in fucking uniform because every asshole on the planet is going to come shake your hand, thank you for your service, and possibly buy you a drink. But then you got to talk to them for 20 minutes and it turns into a human petting zoo. The only time we ever went out in fucking uniform is when we couldn't go out unless we were in uniform. I promise you, you guys like to see it, but we hate to fucking wear it. No doubt.
So if he called me whenever he came back, I don't think I'd hate it. You know, like, he doesn't really like living in New York. I don't mind him coming back around.
Wait, so he lives in New York. She said he doesn't really mind living in New York.
To move back here, which is as it should be. I'm fairly certain that he's 2 years younger than I am, which I'm also okay with.
He's 2 years younger than her. How old is she? Let's define terms. She's 30, he's 28. She said he's from New York. Where does she live?
No, I wish he was a redhead. What a good question, Patricia.
Was he a redhead? This idiot shoots her mouth off talking about wanting to make out with a redhead anytime she sees a redhead.
Depression, I agree, Tunes. I completely agree. He has very dark hair. I told you, as much as I'm trying to, like, make...
Who else has dark hair?
I always want to make out with redheads, but I think it's like seeing a ghost, right? Because, you know, the more how you want to see a ghost...
Hi, Giggles.
You're way, like, you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, you're not going to see a ghost if you want to.
What? If you want to see a ghost, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're not going to see a ghost. What?
Oh, he burned his hands up, but he definitely was shocked.
That's why I'm defining terms.
I agree. Wait, Tunes, what are you talking about with depression and being lonely? I think being depressed, oh my God, being depressed and being lonely in this pandemic has been epidemic. I agree, they are rare. Redheaded men I'm all about it. I'm all about redheaded men. Listen, if
I lost my virginity to a redheaded girl.
See a redhead when I'm out, I'm like, boom! No, Kelly, redheads are where it's at times, really.
Redheads come in two flavors. Super fucking hot and generally fucking not, in my humble opinion. They're also crazy. I read a book once upon a time that says they're from the devil. Super Yeti's gonna yell at me for walking on the fucking video.
I don't even know if they were great at making out. It's just like I see bright red hair. A hangnail will be too much. Oh, I agree with that. I don't have a hangnail, but I can definitely hear that. I think
Guy redheads come in one flavor. No, thank you. Alokin, that was fucking awesome. Although that Prince with the red hair, a lot of people like him. They think he's cute. He's a cutie patootie.
I was actually interested in him because at first
I think it's because they showed him in military uniform on television for years, but who cares?
And I don't know. He seemed genuinely shocked and or surprised. Sure, call it in. Leslie, you know I'm not going to say no to that. Also, I love the story that you sent me, Leslie, of your second.
So then he can get all that attention. He's hardcore. Hello, amica italiana.
Kid, I think that's wonderful that they have a parent like you. Hey, Tunes.
So, hey. Okay, so you would bang him then, Alokin. Alokin contradicted herself from one statement to the next. You now have to type in the chat, no thank you to all redheads, but Harry.
You. Good, how are you? What's up?
Okay, if I was ever going to turn gay, my redhead pick of the litter would be the kid from fucking, not the kid, oh God. The dude from fucking Harry Potter. The Harry Potter's best friend. That's my redhead fantasy right there.
Nothing. This whole conversation about
I'm good.
Depression,
What's up, Nella?
Codemic, it's all relative on how you implement.
This woman, I couldn't listen to this woman because she made absolutely no fucking sense. Yes, Ron. That's my boy right there. I like him. I don't know why. I've always liked him. But this woman is literally going to just poop words out of her mouth that make absolutely no sense, don't go together, and couldn't on any fucking planet be turned into a complete thought, or even a thought, even an incomplete thought. This is going to be a tremendous waste of your time, but feel free to laugh and ask questions.
Now, the fact that you have everything going on and people have everything going on, a hangnail can throw you over.
That's true. It could be literally the straw that broke the camel's
vortex, back. An absolute vortex. You have to stay home, but they don't want you to stay home.
Right.
You have to be where you have to be because you have underlying.
It's an absolute vortex. So it's sucking her in. The COVID thing is sucking her in. The masks are sucking her in.
Issues.
And Maggie doesn't even have the balls to say, lady, what are you talking about? You're not making sense. Maggie agrees with her.
Right. And if your issues are not met,
right,
you're staying in a complete circle.
Oh, are you talking about Jackie and the things that they're talking about right now?
Yes.
Okay,
it's very important.
I got it. That makes sense. So you're right. It is.
So it didn't make sense up until that point where she figures out where it makes sense, but the entire time she agreed as if she understood what she was saying. She said, right. And then later on, she fucks herself, tells you that she had no idea what this woman was talking about, and says, oh, now that makes sense. She told on herself.
All endemic, and it meshed up together. I get that.
Timing is everything. And,
that's true.
It's critical to get the right timing. But you got to remember,
we're
in a real pandemic. Well,
timing is everything.
You would like, we can't necessarily have.
That's true.
And you have everything throwing at you. And then
you have everything throwing at you.
What do you have? You have a broken person.
A broken person. Time is everything. You have everything throwing at you. And what do you have? A broken person. Who the fuck is this lady? Please get her to call into my fucking chat.
Get. What does it get you? Nothing. And then when a person says they don't need help, okay, we'll be here for you.
Timing is everything. Right. None of it made sense, and Maggie's answer to her is, right. Let me just agree with you.
I agree. I'm sorry. I was talking about the surprise party.
Sounds like Toots' no way.
But that's definitely
No. Toots has got a brain in her head, no doubt. Toots is, if I'm gonna pull a Don Lot here. Toots is, I'm gonna need you to call in.
definitely like quite a lighter topic than what you're talking about. So that's, I definitely get that though.
Right, you need a launch pad. You can't just stay broken.
Yeah. No one can just stay broken. I completely agree.
No.
You should go in and call into Don's and tell them this though.
Well, I feel bad for being mean to Toots. I like her. I'm hoping there was some chemicals on board during this phone call, because Toots has got a brain in her head. I've conversed with Toots. I'm pretty sure off scope, like on Twitter DMs, but she's been in my chat for 100 years, and she's got a brain in her head. She's no dum-dum.
You know what? If it did fall on deaf ears, I wouldn't care as much. I'm not one of these people who call on every jag.
That's true.
But I'm a triggered person who can say that this is going to go nowhere fast unless the recipient is okay with receiving.
Oh, yes. Like, unless they're actually hearing what you have to say. I get that.
Right. So it doesn't matter what I say. It's matter how they implement it.
Right.
And if they choose not to, that's their business.
That's true.
Courtney?
That's true.
We have, another 30 days.
Wait, Maggie is Courtney's mentor, or Courtney is Maggie's mentor? That's perfect.
And don't get me wrong, I appreciate every Periscoper, because it's been a source for me.
Listen, Maggie might be able to take over Periscope. If she's able to get Courtney and fucking Steven on board together as mentors, she could take over the entire fucking app.
Everybody has something. And, this was like a great escape.
Yeah.
But not to watch people in a repetitive circle. Not to watch people just breaking down a person to the lowest level.
I totally agree. But, I don't think that we're doing that now, because I definitely think...
No, this is a building.
I'm sorry, Maggie. You do that to Jimmy Soroka on a regular basis. Who else does Maggie stalk other than Jimmy Soroka?
Thing.
Yeah.
This is a building thing. We have to get, together. If it's not 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 12-on-1, who cares? It doesn't make a difference. A person who needs something reaches out before it happens.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right. And again, you just have to march forward, because if you don't do anything about it, it's going to happen again and again and again. And that revolving door just goes around in circles, and you just get older, and it gets more difficult.
Right.
And then 2 years turns into 4 years. 4 years turns into 12 years. And then what do you have? You have to be so careful, because if you're not good, your children aren't good. Your grandchildren aren't good. And you just can't do that. It's not an option.
That's true. I'm sorry. I really don't know what was going on in Dawn's. I was like in and out, but so I'm completely at a loss. I was just going to keep it low key and talk about what happened with me tonight. I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry.
Get on with the fucking story. I can't wait to hear about her hooking up with the fucking Marine.
No, you're fine. That was, I don't want to be inappropriate and give an inappropriate amount of attention to that. But the Marine, so since this was a surprise party, the Marine had to swoop me up and pick me up from where I was being dropped, from where I parked my car.
Okay, so he had to pick you up from where you parked your car. He had to pick you up from where you parked your car because it was a surprise party.
Super sweet, beautiful, has the cutest butt I've seen on a white man in quite some time. Adorable like that.
Let's keep in mind that if he had to pick her up before she went to the surprise party, he would have had to have known where to pick her up, which means they would have had to have had contact with each other prior to. Yes or no?
Had, like, obviously clean cut, clean shaven. I do have to say that the armed forces definitely keep them, like, high and tight, and I will always appreciate that.
Okay, high and tight is a description of a haircut, not their face. And if he's on active duty, he's got to shave every fucking day, even on the weekends.
So then we wait, and we're waiting, right? So for a long time, it's just him and I, and we're, like, casually talking and other things. He says that he really likes my perfume, and I said,
we're casually talking and other things. Listen to this. He says that he likes my perfume.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually not wearing any because I know how, like,
oh, hey, I like your perfume, but you're not really wearing any. So it's your natural smell or your pheromones that I'm detecting that I am thinking are perfume. So that means your natural smell must be strong enough for him to smell from where he is to where you are, from proximity. Yes or no?
Empowering it can be, la 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 la. And then the other people show up. So it's myself and it's him and a lot of other.
Wait, okay. Then a lot of people show up and it's herself and him and a lot of others.
Dating, like, professional corporate type. I've never dated a Marine or Army or someone in the Army before.
And you still haven't, because you're fantasizing about this man that you're clearly lying to all of your audience about. But let's listen.
Same here, Patty. It did not look fresh after I was done with it, let me tell you. So, he is dressed up. I am dressed up. No, definitely not TMI. Totally appropriate for the... Wolfie has a project called Mammoth WVH, and this is his new... No, I definitely get what you're saying.
Mammoth WVH was the radio station call sign.
So we're talking, he has these things like these, what are they? They're Corona Refresco, so they're pretty much like Corona's version of Truly's or White Claws, which, all about it. And he says, I'll share it with you, but I'm not sharing that with, like, anyone else. And I said...
She's not fantasizing about me. I'm going with what somebody else said, that she's trying to make somebody jealous. But this is kind of weird just to listen to.
Okay, like, I'm not really going to complain about that. That's fine with me. So we're drinking, we're talking, and I had low-key texted my friend's girlfriend who had organized this whole surprise party, and I said, is this man single? If I make out, am I going to be a homewrecker? And she said, wait, what? Do you think he wants to? And I said, I just assume everyone wants to with me, which...
Okay, Maggie just assumes everyone wants to make out with her. That sounds like it came out of the mouth of a stuck-up, conceited 14-year-old, 15-year-old. And by the time you're 16, you don't talk about it no more. You just fucking do it. At 16, you've kissed enough boys to not make it a topic of conversation. So, Maggie, I'm willing to guess that you possibly haven't kissed guys. Am I crazy?
Probably problematic. I just want to make sure it's not going to be like...
And let me tell you something. Before you put your mouth on another person's mouth, you're going to look at their hands to see if they have a ring on. And if they don't have a ring on and you're still concerned, you're going to say, hey, before I put my mouth on your mouth, do you have a boyfriend or a husband or somebody who's going to get mad at this? I mean, come on.
You're a homewrecker, right? Like, I'm not trying... No one's trying to do that. No one's trying to get out of that right now. And she said, oh, yeah, he's the single, like, very single. And he was stopping through Pittsburgh.
So you find out that the guy is single from a text message to the girl who's having the surprise party. But if it's a surprise party, how can she be having the surprise party? And the guy picked you up from your car. So how did he know to come get you from your car? None of this shit is making sense.
He knew my best friend whose surprise birthday party was, and had plans.
What's up, Kosh?
To go down to Virginia for something, and then also, what else was he doing? And then he was also...
So he's from New York, but he has to go down to Virginia to do something, and he's also...
end up going to the desert, like Iran
combat.
or Afghanistan or something. I think Iraq or Iran for.
Okay. Trump pulled pretty much everybody out of Afghanistan. We've had a tiny little presence in Iraq. You said the guy was from New York, and then you said he had to go to Virginia. You described his face as being freshly shaven, so that to me, and high and tight, so that to me says he's on active duty. None of this is adding up.
Thing, but then he would be coming back, which he's like, I'm really not looking forward to it, but I'll do the training exercise if need be, whatever. So we talked like very casually for things.
Hold on, what did I miss?
I mentioned that I wanted to do an Irish goodbye.
Her discussion is too far detailed for this to be real. Ding, ding, ding. She keeps at the more uncomfortable she gets telling the story, the more guilty she becomes. She adds more detail and more detail and more detail and makes it even that much more complicated to remember if she has to retell it later. She's a very, very, very bad liar. Very bad liar. Not even remotely close to good, yet there's however many people in her fucking room eating this shit up with a spoon because they read a romance novel too. What did I miss though, person? I'll go back a little bit.
Something, and then also, what else was he doing? And then he was also going to end up going to.
Remember, there's Adderall on board too.
The desert, like Iran or Afghanistan or something. I think Iraq or Iran for a training thing, but then he would be coming back, which he's like, I'm really not looking forward to it, but I'll do the training exercise if need be, whatever. So we talked like very casually.
P.S. You don't get to pick and choose the training exercises you do. It's generally because they're sending quite a few people with lots of weapons and ammunition to one fucking place, unless there's already ammunition there. But you're most likely going to bring your issued weapons with you because that's what you're comfortable operating with. So, but you never get to choose whether or not you go. They always tell you, hey, you're going.
I mentioned that I wanted to do an Irish goodbye at my wedding, and he said, you're the bride, you can't do that, that's not the way in which it works.
Wait, okay, so you just met each other, you had to text someone else to find out if he's single, and you're now talking about your wedding. Get the fuck out of here. No Marine on God's green earth is going to even remotely think about marrying another person, be them male or female, the day they meet them. Promise you that. We fucked ourselves when we signed a 4-year contract. We're pretty fucking careful signing additional contracts, I promise.
And then we just like talked for a little bit more. And then I just like, so then we were playing quarters. Or no, not quarters. King's Cups, where you have a deck of cards
wait. That's a good point
not
too.
Not looking forward to it, but I'll do the training exercise if need be, whatever. So we talked like very casually.
I don't even know what that is.
I mentioned that I wanted to do an Irish goodbye.
She jumps from, we talk very casually about things, contradicts herself, and goes right to Irish goodbye at her wedding. That's not casual. Talking about your wedding plans with a man you're romantically interested in and have just met cannot be described as casual.
My wedding, and he said, you're the bride, you can't do that, that's not the way in which it works. And then we just like talked for a little bit more.
Yeah, what's an Irish goodbye?
I just like,
I'm Irish and I don't even fucking know.
So then we were playing quarters. Or no, not quarters. King's Cups, where you have a deck of cards and a beer, and you each card means something. So then you slip it underneath the tab of the beer, and your goal is to get around without cracking the beer, right? Because whoever cracks the beer has to drink all of it. And it's usually like a garbage, like skunk beer, like Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light. Don't come for me. Don't give me that face, Stormy.
Oh.
So
then, and did you notice how she flipped from quarters to the other thing so quick? Or not so quick. There was a gap in between when she said, we played quarters. Pause. Oh, no, we played this.
One of the cards, we make 2 things of the cards are, I 100% agree with that, Kelly. 100%. So I'm not really like, we're going to see what's happening. I'm going to see, like, I don't really know.
Okay. An Irish goodbye is slipping out without saying bye so no one takes your keys because you're intoxicated. Okay, I understand that.
Could just be, 2 ships in the night.
That's why you got to collect keys through the door at the fucking Irish wedding and have a little attendant there, like a valet or whatever. You don't necessarily have to get the cars, but he's in charge of giving you drunk motherfuckers back your keys.
Probably just 2 ships in the night.
I don't want to take call-ins, guys.
So
Come on.
then we get to the dares, and Kayla, the girl who I had said, is he single or not, said, I dare you to kiss Maggie. And he said, okay. And I said, well, how are we going to do this? Like, I'm not just going to be kissed on the cheek by someone. If you're going to do it, you better fully commit to it.
All right, the only reason I'm taking this call-in is because she takes my call-ins all the time, and what's fair is fair. Yes, Bree.
Kenneth is trying to tell you in the chat that she was drinking at that party. Now she's
I can read
home.
the chat. You're trying to desperately say it. He's trying to desperately say it. That's fine.
But if you're more concerned about the Marine, that you're thinking that she's imagining you instead of him, go ahead. That's disgusting.
Are you trying to control the scope at all? Are you trying to push the narrative in any way?
Totally. I'm such a narrative pushing cunt.
No, but that's what you're doing. Spree would like it to be known that she's under the influence of alcohol, operating a vehicle, probably her mommy's car. She talks to Stormy, who's in there. What else? Any other points you want me to make, Spree?
Yeti wants everybody to know that it's a Marine, but it's not necessarily like Yeti, but it's kind of like Yeti, except this guy was clean shaven and Yeti has a beard, but they both have dark hair, and neither.
I didn't say that. I'm just pointing out similarities. That's all. I really hope this person. To me, this is pure fantasy. It's completely made up. It's total garbage and dog shit. But trust me, I have enough crazies that obsess about me on a daily basis. I don't need another one.
They can get sheets with your face on them. I'm sure.
God. Is that what you ordered? Is that what Amazon's bringing on Tuesday?
How'd you know something was coming on Tuesday?
If you scope from your bed with pictures of my face in it, I'm gonna have to do something, relative of reply. I'm gonna have to give you some type of response.
I'm gonna put your fucking face on a thong and put you directly on top of my fucking snatch and scope it on March 31st. Bye.
No, you're not. That would actually be a good thing. That would be like a tribute. In fact, all of you Periscope grandmas, if you'd like to do the same, Spree will share with you the company that will put my face on your box, and you guys can all do a pass the scope, like when a woman who is being abused by people, when you guys jumped on the abuse bandwagon and passed that scope. So go fuck yourselves.
This action. 100%. It absolutely was a college party, Kelly. I mean, effectively, it 100% was. Like, it really was. God, it was so
a college
stupid.
party.
You were married couples there. It was a lot. So, we kissed. After that point, that was quite nice. So then we keep playing this game. La, 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 la. After that, they have a back room, and I got back in there, and he kind of like followed me back in there, and then we...
Okay, it's a college party. She's 30. He's 2 years younger, 28. It's a college party that they're at. It's a surprise party. How many college kids do you know that invite old people to their fucking parties? Put up a one in the chat if you're over college age and get invited to college parties still.
It out for quite some time. He does have my number. He certainly does. And then I just disappeared in for Irish goodbye. Don't give me that face, Stormy. So then one of the cards, we make 2 things of the cards are...
What up, Sal?
Oh, I 100% agree with that, Kelly. 100%. So I'm not really like, we're going to see what's happening. I'm going to see, like, I don't really know. It could just be, 2 ships in the night.
What up, Jay?
Probably just 2 ships in the night. I'm okay with that. So
2 ships passing in the night. Hold on a second. wasn't a college party. That was sarcasm because she was dared to kiss her, but that was more high school or middle school, dude. Middle school. In 4th grade, I kissed a girl playing spin the pencil in the classroom. Okay. In middle school, you're like hooking up. In high school, you're having sex. By the time you get to college, you're either like, you walk into the party. If there's fucking booty potential there, you stay. If there's not, you walk into the next fucking party. The fuck out of here.
We get to the dares, and Kayla.
Yeah, 7 seconds. We played 7 minutes in heaven. I don't know about seconds. Fuck that. Shit. At that age, I couldn't even find nothing in 7 seconds. Anyway, and it was in the closet, and it was gross. And sometimes you had to like make out with people you weren't attracted to, but you couldn't say no or it'd make you look fucking weird. So yeah, no, thank you.
The girl who I had said, "Is he single or not?" said, "I dare you to kiss Maggie," and he said, "Okay." And I said, well,
I dare you. This is a 30-year-old woman talking about a United States Marine named Maddie, apparently, who's 28, and they're at a college party, and someone dared him to kiss her. Get the fuck out of here.
You know, do this. Like, I'm not just gonna be kissed on the cheek by someone. If you're gonna do it, you better fully commit to this.
And she went as far as to say, "Don't just kiss me on the cheek. Kiss me on the mouth. And I want you to open your mouth when you kiss me. And if your tongue should possibly cross the perimeter of my lips, maybe I'll stick my tongue through the perimeter of your lips, and our tongues can touch each other, and we can do that little weirdo circle thing. And then I can suck on your bottom lip a little bit, and then you can suck on my bottom lip for a little bit, and then it gets too hot, and your hands just kind of travel. And are you fucking kidding me?
100%. And it absolutely was a college party, Kelly. I mean, effectively, it 100% was. Like, it really was. God, it was so stupid. There were married couples there. It was a lot. So
wait. There were married couples there, hinting at whether or not what was his name, Brian, should kiss you, saying, "Hey, why don't you kiss her over there? Well, I'll stand over here by the punch bowl. P.S. Put some more Everclear in it. And while we're standing over here getting fucking schnockered at the party, we're going to whisper and suggest that that boy over there kissed that girl over there." Because that happens all the fucking time.
we kissed. After that point, that was quite nice.
Yeah, isn't she a lawyer?
So then we keep playing this game, la 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 la. After that, they have a back room, and I got back in there, and he kind of like followed me back in there, and then we made out for quite some time. He does.
Okay, made out. Okay, so the word made out, I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't used it in so long. It's kind of weird.
Have my number. He certainly does. And then I just disappeared in for Irish goodbye.
Oh wait, we made out, and then she just disappeared. Like, who does that? If his makeout skills were anything short of pathetic, you would probably want to progress to the next level, which is privacy. Back to my place, back to your place, that kind of thing. But you ran away? That don't make sense.
I mean, I literally, like, we made out for a good 40 minutes.
Okay, 40 minutes. If I'm making out with somebody for 40 minutes, it's going to get to the point where you can't do it at a party unless you're at your buddy's house and you got permission to be in the room you're in and there's a lock on the motherfucking door. But 40 minutes, we gonna be into it.
He definitely wore off all of my lipstick.
It took 40 minutes to rub your fucking lipstick off? Uh-oh. What? Okay, is she hinting at the fact that she serviced him orally?
You may not be wrong, Kelly. And then I just disappeared.
And then I just disappeared. And I picked a real edgy song to play as I just disappeared.
I kind of like leaving them mystified and leaving them just like bamboozled, as though like, did that even happen? Who even was that?
Oh,
what a mysterious woman did I just meet? Like, what?
You should have said that he had a teeny tiny pee-pee, and that's why you made the Irish fucking exit. Or it was fucking monstrous and you were afraid. That's why you made the Irish exit. But instead, you wanted to be mysterious.
It happened.
Yes,
now we're gonna...
he could have been. It could have been that time of the month for him too. Trust me, men go through not a monthly cycle, but we definitely get hormonal from time to time, no doubt. No blood, thankfully, but
on to Flyway Lovies. It is. Want to get away.
Please, God, don't butcher this one too.
I haven't had fun like that, I think, in over a year. No, I love it. I love it. The national.
Okay, now she hasn't had fun like that in over a year, yet she ran away. If I hadn't hooked up with someone in over a year, and I am now here with this willing participant that's beautiful, a Marine from out of town, man, I'm closing that fucking deal, no doubt. No doubt. But you ran away. Why?
Guard will be out looking for me. No, I was fun. I don't think I've had fun like that in a minute. I definitely haven't had fun like that with my ex in a minute, right? Because it was so serious. I don't know. I mean, if we do, great. If not, also.
I don't know. No, Maggie's new, I think. Somebody asked if Maggie's a Briop. What up, Tommy?
Right? It was more just, I liked the being impulsive.
Fuck me boots. That's so funny. Women think that men look at their clothing the same way that they do. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me, but I will go ahead and say there are such thing as lick me, fuck me, suck me pumps, like high heels that are attractive and sexy. But the boots and the thigh high boots and the riding boots and that's more for you guys than us, in my opinion.
Honestly, it was the being impulsive thing and not really worrying about having to.
Shit.
No, it was so it was a surprise party.
Let me tell you something. The mere mention of the fact that you're a Marine increases your chances by probably 25%. I ain't gonna lie.
There were a lot of us there.
If you got a little bit of game and you ain't ugly, and you're in a foreign country, ding ding ding.
It's just like drinks and other things like that, and then we're just playing games. But yeah, that was, I don't know. I miss being that spontaneous at times. Very much fun. Very, very, very much fun. Still going to be looking for something serious. Not going to not look for something serious. Like, he was definitely, late 20s, early 30s. Which is great, excellent, as he should be.
Wait, but before you just said late 20s, early 30s, as if you didn't know his specific age, yet previously in your scope, no less than 16 minutes prior, you said he was 2 years younger than you. And I'm assuming you know your own age, so that would mean you know his age, and now you're alluding to the fact that he's either in his late 20s or early 30s. You contradicted yourself again.
Oh, wait, I'm going to show you all the best view of Pittsburgh, all right? Get ready for it.
Yeti, being a Marine is how Yeti hooked up with more than Lyle Ricky. Listen, I didn't go into the Marine Corps till 22 years old, and I had a fake ID when I was 16. So I had plenty of experience before I got into the Marine Corps. And when I got there, I was 4 years older than everybody else and could buy alcohol and drink legally. So it was a significant advantage. And then they sent me to Hawaii, and then they sent me to Australia, and the rest is all fucking Yeti history.
I do want to be impulsive. Maybe not so reckless, but definitely impulsive. It was, yeah.
The word you're looking for, Maggie, is spontaneous, not impulsive. Impulsive describes your inability to control impulses at times. Spontaneous means that you're doing something off the jump without plans. Just, hey, let's go. Road trip, motherfucker, come on. You're a dum-dum, and you're a lawyer.
Leave them, like, wanting and confused, very bamboozled. That's almost always how I got
kangaroo.
Almost any person I ever.
No, but Australian women love Americans, and they really, 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 really love Marines. No shit. And Australia was and this is going to sound chauvinistic, but a very target-rich environment. Like on a Tuesday night, girls would buy you drinks. Girls would ask you to dance. It was complete role reversal from the United States, where we pursue the girls. Over there, they pursue the men.
I'm very confused about what.
And if I don't find a place to settle soon, I might go visit over there for a little while.
Was going on with us. I was gonna have dinner and get drinks with my friend, but she confused. She thought that the party was tomorrow night, not tonight. So she said, "I work until 9. Like I can't be there."
Wait a minute. So she thought the party was tomorrow night. You were gonna have drinks with your friend. Oh, maybe after the party. I was gonna have drinks with my friend, but she didn't. She thought the party was tomorrow night, not tonight. That doesn't make sense either.
And there you go, lovelies. There is the prettiest entrance into this city ever.
Maybe you guys should start. Listen, I'm not saying you have to buy us drinks or nothing, but be more forward. Don't always expect the man to approach the woman. If a woman is attracted to a guy and you're at the bar and you already looked 2 or 3 times, get up and walk over. Say hello. We're at a disadvantage because we're the men, and we don't want to impose or be creepy or anything like that. So be more aggressive, in my humble opinion.
I think this is how I fell in love with the city in the first place. Yeah. I want to get away.
Fuck you, Super Yeti. I'll send drinks at the drop of a fucking hat, okay? And not only will I send drinks for the one I'm interested in, I will take care of her friends as well. Go fuck yourself. Alcohol is one of the things, especially while under the influence of alcohol, my spending habits change.
Hey.
But thank you.
Pittsburgh. I love it. I promise. I'm safe. Pittsburgh beer? So no, it was lots of fun. It sounds like was it a good night on Scope so far? It sounds like it's been a stressful night. Hopefully everything's okay.
You're a liar. You buy a box of wine and 6 cups, and I pop the trunk, and it's already on ice. Mobile party, yo. What you know about that?
Baby?
And hopefully, if it's a good night, it's going to be way more than 6 cups. I like variety. You know what I'm saying? I want to pick.
Definitely okay with glitchy things. You know that, Deanna.
I'm being dragged in Crafty Scope. Should we play Crafty? Should we play Crafty instead? Hold on. I still have her up on my little bar here. All I got to do is hit refresh. Is Crafty running interference to stop me playing Maggie, Super Yeti, or should I play Crafty? All right, we're staying with her then. She's intoxicated in the wrong lane.
It was a great night. It's something that I've missed. I miss going out with my friends. I miss
going out too.
New people.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? meeting and or talking to new people. Present company excluded.
How about, listen, she just made out with the guy and she's saying that she missed hanging out with her friends. She missed meeting new people. She didn't say I missed making out with this hot guy. I missed, getting all hot and flustered. I have no idea.
Single or in a relationship. Just in general, I miss that. Oh, Kelly? Yes. Pittsburgh is truly the varicose veins of America whenever I say that.
Fuck, man. I have to get up and it's going to hurt. Oh.
There is not even a little bit of a grid plane in this. That is, I can get you to your destination with 3 different ways. The horrible thing about that is none of them may be open. And maps are useless. Seriously.
I don't know how far that is.
Going to Chicago?
I'll look, though.
Or Omaha? Or really any city based on a grid?
Text that to me so I remember.
Somewhere if you know, okay, the higher the number goes, the closer to Lake Michigan I go. The lower the number, the farther away from Lake Michigan I am.
Pensacola. Pretty far.
Absolutely, D.
Oh.
I'll type my address to you in the DMs. Really? Why do you think Boston's the worst city to drive in? Hey, lovely cat. I don't know. It just made me realize, like, even with my ex, how I miss being able to go out and actually just have a good time, because really our good times are so dependent upon whether he was in a good mood or not, or whether he was going to be enjoying it, or whether he was going to,
Okay, so if you had an ex, didn't you guys, like, make out and kiss and, like, do things? Like, so you're talking about all these things as if you don't do them. Yes, you are.
Dependent upon things that I have personally had no control over.
Jeff is being very good.
But that's never work. That's never, it's never fun whenever you feel like you're being held hostage by something like that, ever.
Yes. Contrary to popular belief, Mr. Birdwell, I do read. I like to read, and it's got to be an actual book, not on fucking on a device. It's hard for me.
So it was just fun. It was super lighthearted. It was nice.
Okay, making out with somebody for 45 minutes should never be described as super lighthearted. Hopefully, after the first 2 minutes of making out, it became exciting or hot or, sexual or not lighthearted. For real? Who the fuck says that?
So I loved it. Not to cut off tunes. I know that what she was saying was important. I just really had no idea what she was going on about, like, at all. So I was not in that mindset. I know I don't think you're crazy at all, Deanna.
Chicken tacos. If you want like a normal taco flavor, I go chili powder, cumin. Be easy with the cumin, though it's strong. Oregano maybe, or any type of like salt, like, or one of those Mexican flavor packets. I'm trying to think what else. There's another good spice. Coriander, if you want. Pretty much anything you'd put in chili.
Minnesota is a B. I love your ranking system. So
I'm not into comic books at all. Growing up, one of my buddies was tremendously. But I have bought and sold valuable ones, for work purposes. But I'm not into them at all, and I can't read them. Last comic book I read, I was probably like fucking 10.
You go from Boston being the worst to Minnesota is the next worst? You think Minnesota is the second most aggressive city in terms of...
What? Okay, so hold on. I'm not doing you justice here. Chili powder, oregano, cumin. What's the other one other than cumin that goes in chili? Horror comics. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, listen, Comic-Con is awesome, and I'm totally into that. Like, I love checking out all the costumes and all the crazy shit that people are into. Paprika, cayenne will make it spicy. But no, like the Comic-Con stuff, and I'm just not into it. Like for me, once they put more than 2 buttons on the video game, they lost me because it was too complicated. Like I was an old school Mario kind of guy, and I did like Wii Mario Kart, but I'm not really into games. I'm not into fantasy, you know? To me, I can't waste a tremendous amount of time in fantasy. Periscope is too much of that already.
Drivers? My favorite color would have to be royal blue with pink.
Tampico, there you go. Turmeric, cumin, chili powder, consomme, which is chicken stock, cayenne, onions, garlic, etc. There you go. Hey, that's a marinade there, freaking sock. But I would throw all that shit in there, whatever you got on that list.
That's so funny, though.
Lime juice. Throw some lime juice in that bad boy, or a lemon.
I've driven in the Middle East.
She does laugh like a robot. Okay, let's ask ourselves why she does that. She's trying to appear to her audience in a positive, happy manner. She's masking for the way she really feels about herself. She also knows that positive reinforcement is a tool that's used not only against the broadcaster, but also against the commenters in Periscope to push narratives.
It's not as bad as Boston or Minnesota. B, you are a lie. You are such a lie. There is no way. There is no way that those two are worse. Stop it. Stop. You're going to make my side split. You're full of it. Middle East, Boston, and Minnesota. You can't.
She's insecure as fuck and desperate to be liked. It's not only to be liked or accepted or recognized that she's desperate for. She also wants to make some type of YouTube, like truly crime fucking crazy career out of her little following that she's built on Scope. And she's also got a PayPal and a wish list and a this and a that and a this and a that.
You can't.
Hey, Jeff, but why is she trying to fit in? Because she instantly gets a group of 2,000 people that may or may not give her money. Or she instantly gets a group of 2,000 people that she can emotionally manipulate into feeling guilty for her. Or she instantly gets an audience of about 2,000 people that will provide her with false reinforcement and kiss her ass just because she's the broadcaster and they're the commenters and make her feel good about herself.
You're spitting straight facts. Really? Okay, how is Minnesota worse? Okay, I'll buy Boston maybe. How is Minnesota worse than the Middle East?
Good. Waste your money. Listen, I don't care what she gets out of it. I'm not jealous of that. You keep your fucking hams and your fucking car carpets. I'll buy my own. Go fuck yourself. I hope you send her all your money. I hope you send her your entire disability or social security check and then have to call your fucking kids for food in the middle of the month because you're trying to buy friends on Periscope. That doesn't bother me. I encourage everyone to go donate to her, but hopefully you're smart enough not to.
Really? 4 tickets? Italy? There's no. Honestly, I was nervous up driving in Ireland whenever we were there.
There you go. There you go, buddy. She wants to go to Italy. Buy her a ticket, Johnny Big Balls. Who said that? Blackwater Cat. Let's look at you. My name's Katrina. Oh, at least you don't have a PayPal. Go buy her a fucking ticket to Italy. She wants to go to Italy.
France.
You know what? Fuck you, Spree. If you have to put a picture of me on a pair of panties, you better pay for that shit yourself. And whoever does pay for it, and you know I'll find out, I'm gonna fucking spank both of you. How's that? Pay for that shit yourself. Quit asking these people for fucking money.
Absolutely not. So I can definitely buy that. Minnesota expressways have no side. You are either on the expressway or dead. 2 options: on the expressway or dead.
Crystal said, Spree, what's your Cash App? I'll pay for it. Listen, you're contributing to a pair of underwear ain't so bad to pay for. And that's not so bad. But with all of the people that stand there with their fucking hand out, all of the people who put something into those people's hands are exactly half of the problem. And then they run around screaming, well, don't worry about what other people are doing with their money. But look what it is that they're doing. They're funding garbage. They're funding they're literally funding pathetic things to happen in a pathetic place so they can waste time hanging out in that pathetic place. Tell me I'm wrong.
Worse than New York City, because New York City is nuts. And they have that dumbass carpool rule. Okay. They get you to pay or don't come back. Wow, Patricia, I don't doubt it. The auto cops, that's weird. But I believe it. I mean, I definitely buy it. That is wild to me.
Okay, Blue Lemons, I don't know why, but are you referring to your nuts? Are you referring to balls as Blue Lemons? Just out of curiosity. I saw your screen name, had to ask.
You know, I definitely don't miss going out in a large group of girls.
What up, Brandon Vox? No, I ain't jumping into no business. Somebody else is making them and gonna wear them to shame me. So I'll never sell my clothing or my dirty underwear. I'll never send my boxers to Wheels. That's just fucking weird. These people are sniffing your fucking drawers, dude. That's sick. It's fucking sick. They're running around in the middle of the night. On the night you don't scope, they put those boxers on their head and play old replays and fucking flick their beans and reminisce to Brandon Vox with his hat on. The fuck out of here.
You know what I mean? Like thirsty, young, single groups of women, like on the prowl, looking for men, other things like that. I'll meet my man in a more organic way or not. But I definitely do just miss going out, missing talking.
That's a quote from me when I was complaining about internet dating, and I said I wanted to meet someone in a more organic method or fashion. She's now saying exactly what it is that I said last week.
To people, just being out and about and like speaking to people and whatnot. That I can say with confidence I do miss.
Okay, Al, fuck you. She is. She's literally, I hear a lot of things. Listen, my choice of vocabulary is a little bit different, right? I try to keep things simple and I try to reduce them or not dumb them down, but keep them easily understandable. And sometimes I go off on tangents and I have trouble explaining things and coming up with the right fucking words. But I hear other people say some of the exact same things that come out of my mouth. And yes, it could be just coincidence or common words or whatever. But I know they watch me from troll accounts. I know they listen to me. I know they're obsessed with me. So when they repeat my fucking words, it's annoying. He's going to say something about Al again.
It does remind me of that great Krista Elliott joke. Israelis don't use their horns, they use their mouths out the window. So that was fun. Oh my God. What? I can't even. Yeah, I don't know why you would drive. Have you ever been to Georgetown? Because or Washington, if you want to talk about bad traffic, Washington, D.C., they got you there. All right?
Listen, nobody's saying that it's sexual. Nobody's saying that you want a certain person or whatever, but when you devote hours of your fucking life to watching someone that you hate, that's obsessed. That is obsession. That is a problem. Something you need to go talk to someone about. I do the very same thing, and I should probably talk to someone about it too. But the people that I hate actually did something to me. The people that you hate are just little faces on your screen, or little people that you watch from your pocket, from your phone in your pocket. So, hi Trish.
Garbage. It's garbage. It's straight garbage.
Oh my God, temporary Yeti tattoos would be awesome. If it's of my face, I want one. I will put a picture of my face on my face for Periscope. I will scope with a fake tattoo of my own head on my forehead. And I will talk for both of us, if you get me the fake tattoo in time.
All righty then. You're home.
Okay, you can't put a tattoo of my face on your butt because that violates Yeti's rule of tattoos on ladies' bodies. Please, no boobies, no butts. Those are beautiful by themselves. They don't need any additives or preservatives. Keep them intact. What is it? What is it when they, with art, when they restore? Right? No, keep it restorable. Always keep it in its natural state. Always restore it back to its natural state. I could do that. I could put it on my head. Oh my God. What if I walked around in public with a tattoo of myself on my head? That would be fucking awesome.
Hey, can people confirm and or explain to me what exactly is going on with Ryan dating Dr. Lowe? Like Dr. Lowe, Stormy's Dr. Lowe? Like Stormy's roommate, Dr. Lowe? That one?
Yes. He has a tattoo of himself on himself. And one of the jokes that I've always told my entire life is that I want to get a tattoo of myself on myself, only taller. I used to say that all the fucking time. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Is that real?
So I am thoroughly intrigued with the tattoo of myself on myself.
Home safe. There's a dude in the carpool with a dummy, literally seatbelted into the passenger. That is actually kind of Dr. Lowe's ex. Like recent ex or
Yeah, and if it's going on my head or my face, it's got to be able to come off like with makeup remover or some shit. It can't be like henna where it's going to be there for a fucking month.
Ex from a long time ago.
Technically, I just dry begged, guys. Yeti's a dry beggar. I'm asking for a tattoo of myself to put on myself.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Is with Keller. Okay.
She's wearing heels. Can you hear her clip clopping like a small pony?
And Keller was with Lowe recently? Or is this like, was a few months ago? And now they're just like kind of broken up or whatever else. Hey, Jody.
As you all have seen my naked face, I will not be shaving my face ever again for a long time. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
No. I don't think Dr. Rainbow's it. I think Dr. Lowe. Not Dr. Lowe. Low. Cooking show Lowe.
He didn't exist. She totally made him up. It was a Marine with dark hair who started out 2 years younger than her and then turned out to be either in his early 20s or late 20s or early 30s, who she made out with, her words, ferociously for 45 minutes, rubbed all the makeup off her face, and then she disappeared into the night.
I had a great time. Thank you so much for asking.
Oh. Do you guys remember the fucking thing on Saturday Night Live? That's a special. Thank you for asking. Oh, no, that's South Park. That was the fucking the gay dude in the biker shit and the leather. I'm just fine. Thank you for asking. Does anybody know what the fuck I'm talking about? Mr. Hand's fucking leather boyfriend, slave. He would say something and end it with "Thank you for asking."
Ooh, hey, Captain Obvious.
I'm pretty sure it was South Park. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Thank you, B. I needed that.
Nina is calling Maggie out for drinking and driving. Mr. Garrison's boyfriend, yes. They would ask him something. He did a whole song about it. Yes, he did a whole song about something. Something about "Thank you for asking." Somebody Google it.
All right, now I understand. I was wondering. Hello.
Hello. Hold on.
Dr. Lowe, not Dr. Lowe. Lola.
Nina uses her vocal tactics and the changes in pitch and cadence and tone no differently than Maggie does. Hello, beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, I'm just super. Thank you for asking. You fucking rock, whoever you are. Hold on. You get a shout out and a fucking mamma jamma. Suka Muka. You my favorite.
Cooking show Lowe. I had a great time. Thank you so much for asking.
I'm just super. Thank you for asking.
Ooh, hey, Captain.
Listen, we just had to go through all of that so I could do what I just did right there. I'm sorry. I'm extremely fucking self-centered and selfish, and I step all over the video, and I realize that, but it's fun.
Obvious.
That's Al? Get the fuck out of here. Somebody said that's Al. Get out of here. Jeff, I'm going to need some fucking receipts. If it is you, Al, please come back and fight with me a little bit before the end of the app. You owe it to me. I owe it to you. We owe it to each other, and we owe it to ourselves. And it wouldn't be Periscope without fighting with you one more fucking time. I am saying please, in the most polite way I possibly know how, please come back and fight with me, Al, please.
Oh, thank you, B. I needed that. All right, now I understand. I was wondering. Hello.
Not your friend. That's not Al. That's Don Lott in an astronaut suit. What are you talking about? That's fucking Beetlejuice in an astronaut suit. How Don Lott's going to get mad at me. Stop. See? That was a setup, guys. That was a Periscope setup. Jeff was in on it. Got me to click on the profile pic.
Hi, Frivolous. Oh, wait a minute. It is weird seeing everything dead. Like, I'm honestly, for work, I miss taking the bus into the city. Isn't it odd? I really miss taking the bus into the city. And just being around people.
Jesus Christ. Sounded like she's opening the fucking box that they locked the gimp up in. How many fucking locks?
There we go. I do greatly miss that. What happens to a Die Hard?
Jinx.
That's odd. Most of the restaurants in Pittsburgh, at least, are somewhat open. Eddie Merlot's might be open. I love Eddie Merlot's downtown. They are definitely worth the drive.
I know, right? Listen, all of these people, all of them, the grandmas included, they know that what they've done. They've pissed people off significantly, and they know that there's a chance in life at some point one of these people might fucking visit. One of these people might take it upon themselves to go become an obstacle in your life the same way you use social media to become an obstacle in theirs. That possibility exists in every conversation we ever have. You never know who you're typing to. You never know who you're talking to. Oh my God. Stop.
That's where I had my graduation dinner. It's definitely worth it. Oh. What are you feeling? I went to civilization after 6 months, bought everything like I just got out of jail like an animal. The strip open? I think it might be. B, that's wild. I can imagine that.
If she's talking about B24 something, B is a smart person too. And for B to be drinking this Kool-Aid, that's surprising. But I'm guessing that's who she's talking to. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm ethically proper? Oh, I don't realize it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do try, D. Wait, how so? I've got to get my bra off. Like the minute that you're in the door, you got to get it off.
Is Nikki live with her mom?
I do want to go to the Middle East in like the worst way. I want to see, all of ancient Mesopotamia. All of it. Like if you used to be.
She wants to see all of ancient Mesopotamia. Oh, you know what?
Part of the Persian Empire.
I should go in there and say hello. You know what? This is almost over. Tell her I'll come in a little bit if somebody don't mind.
I'm going to go there. And that is probably the one place where a
Later
woman,
on, Nina.
no matter her purpose, has no business going right now. Right? Maybe things calm down, but every time I talk to anyone in my family about it, they go, no. Travel is not advised. Not for you right now, Queen. Oh, thank you.
She's eating. Ugh.
They had to have had fresh squids recently. I want to go to the strip district now.
Oh my God. My back is fucking killing me.
That is always my first place to take anyone, like any new person, for their first time in Pittsburgh, is to take them to the strip district.
It is. It's gross.
It's so worth it.
You can hear her like swallowing and her mouth noises. I fucking hate mouth noises in general, but this is even worse. Ugh. A pig at the trough.
I've never been to Amsterdam beef. That's something I'm...
Here, pig. Sous
list. I want a partner who travels as well. And I want kids to travel well. That was one thing that I felt really bad about, was learning that.
Listen, if she spent $200,000 on law school, her fucking student loan payments are drowning her. Okay. It literally, if she spent 200 grand on grad school and hasn't been able to become an attorney, she's fucked. Literally fucked. It's like buying a house you'll never fucking live in.
My two little cousins, or niece and nephew, I should say.
No way.
Are just, they flew to Florida for the first time. And I think the mistake was getting them on a plane for the first time whenever they were so young. Like, their ears popped. They really did not enjoy the experience. They paid like all out for this full-on experience in Disney, and like they didn't really want to do the rides or anything else. No idea. Oh, I don't doubt that they'll run you off your feet.
It was more than $40,000 3 years ago. I don't know what that means.
They do have lovely spring scarves down in the Strip District. I totally agree with that. But I don't know. I felt bad because none of the family came and really enjoy.
I knew it less. I knew that's the less than sign. Did I say greater than? But yeah, 30 years ago. But she's only 30, so she did this 10 years ago. And that's, if she spent $200,000, that's quite amount of debt to carry around with you, especially as a student loan.
Being in Disney, I don't know if YOLO got a hold of her. That's a good question. People had like a lot of speculations and a lot of thoughts about what was going on with Donna.
I can honestly say I've never priced it.
Which sucks a lot, but
spent that on a car.
Who even knows?
Okay, a $200,000 car better be a fucking Lamborghini or a Bugatti or a Bentley. But 200 grand on a car is fucking crazy. The minute you drive it off the lot, it loses like a third of its value. No shit. Unless it's super collectible and is going to appreciate in value, which is very rare. Hurricane.
That is a really good question. All right, I'm going to go eat really quick.
I was in the car business and I got to drive all kinds of dumb shit, but never a Lamborghini. And never a Ferrari. But Ferrari products, tons of Maseratis and shit, and Alfa Romeos, all that shit. But one day, and I would never own a Lamborghini. I mean, literally, you hit a curb in that bitch, it's going to cost you fucking $20,000. Tires are $1,000 a piece. Oil changes are fucking what? No thanks.
We love these. Lovely magpies. Really? And then
listen, I've reached a point in my life where that's no longer when I was a kid, that was like my dream. But not only is it not going to happen.
Hi, lovelies. Hey, lovely Leslie.
It started over in DC. Your nephew has a Lamborghini. And if I was to get a Lamborghini, like if I could pick one out, you guys would laugh at the one I'd pick. It'd be a Countach. Because that's what I fell in love with as a kid. And I know that's old as fuck, but there you go. Hear that. Is Crafty still alive? Does anyone know? Let's look. No. Put here. Okay, so 2 days ago, 2 minutes ago. Let's listen to 2 minutes ago. It's 47 minutes long. Jesus Christ.
Somebody is running his mouth again. I hope that when he's running it, he's showing that.
That's a good point. If you can afford the car itself, then maintenance isn't an issue. So that should tell you that not only can I not afford the car, I'm afraid of the maintenance.
7 different people, 7 to 9, because the story keeps changing. I could care less because all that talk is cheap, and you guys talk more than fucking anybody that I know. But I'm just wondering, are we gonna get the proof today? Are you gonna put up a screen chart, like a string chart that has all the proof? That's all I want. I just want a chart that says I was contacted.
I like the Porsche SUV. but not the Cayenne. I'm talking about the 4-door 911 looking thing, Panorama or some shit. It's not an SUV. It's more like a crossover, but.
Such and such a day by this person. They contacted my job, and this is the proof. Are we going to get the proof? The proof. Because the proof stands on its own. We don't need all this talking and yip-yapping from the donkeys of the day. You can call me Magpie, whatever you want to do, but you are the donkey of the day. So we're waiting for the donkey of the day to produce the. You said 9 people contacted different 7 touch points in your whole life.
She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Where's the operator?
The cops were called on the location that I was in. Cops were called more than 9 times once the information was doxed. And I'm 90% sure that it was from her father to either Thotty or from her mother to Jen Dunn. Why they hate? Oh, they love me. They love to hate me. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been stalked by a bunch of fucking psychos forever. And this is me playing, and this isn't even one of the psychos. It's just one of the idiots covering for the psychos. But
the general, I was the 411.
You just bought a Porsche 911 Turbo a few months ago. That's awesome. 911's a beautiful fucking car. That's another, as a kid, I fell in love with there's a company called Strosek, and you could take a Porsche there. It's like Maybach for Mercedes-Benz or Greenwood for Corvette. They basically customize it. And there was a Strosek wide body 911 Porsche from the mid 80s that I absolutely fell in love with. But yeah, any type of Carrera is an awesome car. Even the least expensive Carrera is an awesome car. And if I ever am rich and can afford another German car, I wouldn't mind an old Boxster or the Cayenne, because by then they'll be like affordable for a Yeti like me.
What is it?
But it would have to be like a total fucking toy. It couldn't be an everyday driver,
Kentucky Fried Chicken operator. What is it?
Yep.
Can we get
the whale tail and the wide body kit on the back with extra wide tires? Ding, ding, ding.
Proof that we don't have to waste like the whole month if we could just get the proof. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. He calls me dumb all the time, but it's so hard for him to wrap his fucking meaty ass brain about just getting us proof. Nobody gives a shit what the fuck you're blowing out of that fucking hole in your nose.
This ended 5 minutes ago.
Show us proof that these 7 to 9 people
in a sense, she's either running interference for Maggie or running interference for Sushi, trying to cover up what I said, what me and you said about them in Truth Conductor Scope, and she was there. And then somebody said something about Courtney pissing her off. She went live. I continued with Maggie Scope. That was from yesterday or a couple days ago. And now we're picking up back to where we left off, coming out of Truth Raider Scope, where Crafty's running her mouth. Is everybody on the same page? Ask questions if I can catch you up.
I mean, if supposedly all Neo Sushi Thotty Wheels, JDL Jen, and fucking I contacted but you would have the date, right? Surely you would have the date. You'd have the phone number, right? So you could dox us back. I mean,
she's an idiot.
But what?
No, I'm not doxing you back. I'm not doxing you back. I'm telling you what you people did while I was there. From I want to say it was December of 20. No, December of 19. You guys called welfare checks on us. Not all the calls were welfare checks, and I want to say 9. I could be wrong, but it was a whole bunch of them. And it got to the point where the same cop was coming, and it also got to the point where we didn't even answer the fucking door anymore because it was ridiculous. So, and then I ran into that very same cop at the courthouse with other stuff. So, you're not getting your freedom of information. You're not getting your fucking whatever proof you're asking for. I'm telling you what happened. You can suck a dick.
So long. We want the proof. We want the 7 fucking. If you were contacted 7 to 9 times, and these people contacted people in
one of my old neighbors was from Greece, and his family was in the olive oil business in Greece, and he was going to school for accounting. He was going to be a forensic accountant. And his wife was a massage therapist. And long story short, he used to race Corvettes and 911s, and he had one 911 that stayed in the garage, off site, and then at the apartment he had a Vet and I guess a Camaro, where the motors are swappable. And this guy moved to a part of Orlando so he could be next to a racetrack. Literally picked up his life and started a new life so he could go drive his cars on this fucking racetrack. He was cool as fuck. His name was Peter. Miss him. Wish I could find his ass, but I don't remember his last name.
Family, you would have at least 3 pieces, right? Am I asking for too much? I mean, 3 out of 7 pieces, and it can't be your mouth, because your mouth does nothing for us. Your mouth does not. They don't even accept your mouth in the court of law. They would never accept you to sit. They'd want proof. Okay.
In a court of law, you idiot, there would be records of all those 911 calls, and I'm sure there are in fucking Tennessee, but you can't look the shit up online in Tennessee. You have to physically go there, and I'm not going to do that. Number one. Number two, I was in the house with another person each time the cops came. Number three, I scoped about it. Number four, I talked to my friends and told them. Number five, I've scoped about it 100 times, showing all the fucking paperwork, and this is what you guys are trying to get me to do. You're just trying to get me to fucking shame these idiots again. Hold on, I forgot which button I gotta push.
Oh, just give me it. If he had it, it would. I know, Peggy. But he just goes up there. He thinks replaying our scopes is going to help him. It doesn't do anything. It does not prove what you say. Just because you're replaying my scopes and pausing it every I'm so smart. Let me pause it. That doesn't do anything for your claims. You say you were contacted 7 to 9 times by people.
Listen, you already fucked it up. I didn't say contacted. If you want to add contacts, JDL on her very own Twitter had my real estate broker. She added him on Twitter and then retweeted it to show that she had contacted the guy. That was literally on her public Twitter forever. And I'm pretty sure I had screenshots of it on my Twitter forever.
On this app, produce some proof of that. Like, where's the operator at? What is it? Is the 411 operator? If it is the 411 operator, I'm sorry, sir, but 411 wasn't around at that time anymore. We use the internets. If your job was contacted, which job? Because was it the cat? Is that your boss?
No. In 2000 and... Okay, let me think. In the internets, I know. In 2018, after I came back from the cabin trip, I was getting closer to moving, and I activated my license, hung it with a broker, and closed 2 deals in October of, I want to say 2019, because I needed cash to fucking move and handle other shit. Crafty, you going to get a real job? No, she's a janitor. So that I worked with that broker in 2019, and I basically facilitated. It was only actually one transaction through him. Haha, they never found the other fucking guy. And then I wound up then I had another job for maybe 4 months, and then I wound up leaving South Florida and moving to Tennessee for a 6-month period. So I forgot why I told that story, but it was topical. Oh, had to do with the broker, the real estate broker that JDL put on her Twitter that she contacted. A guy I'm making money for. Do you really think your opinion is going to mean anything? And do you really think I'm not going to mention to people that I work with I'm being stalked by a bunch of fucking psychos on the internet? You may or may not get phone calls. If you do, get their information and hit me up. Literally. Fuck out of here.
Because you didn't have a job on here. You were literally on here 8 hours a day that whole fucking time. So if your boss was contacted, show us where. So where were they? Like, show us. Get your boss on the phone. Get your boss on the phone. And I mean, fucking Brandon's been able to fucking. If other people on here have been able to fucking show fucking bullshit about their job, how come you can't? I don't know. Like, why can't they? If you've been
your own idiot friend who you're defending had it on her Twitter, Crafty. You're dumber than a bag full of fucking hammers. I'm sure it's not there now. I was in Broward too. I lived in Plantation, and I still have property in South Florida. I lived in Plantation my whole fucking life. Grew up in Plantation and bought my first fucking house in Plantation. And these fucking idiots, that's where I started broadcasting from, was Plantation. They call the Plantation Police Department on me too. They've called the Knoxville County Police Department on me. These fucking people are nuts.
contacted by 9 people, and they've touched what you said. Your girlfriend was contacted, your job, the operator, who knows what fucking operator is, a garbage operator, I don't know.
What's up, Trish?
Then he said he was contacted twice because he's his own boss. So who'd you talk to?
They had people. They had
people. Who did you talk to? Did you talk to me?
They had people live on Periscope calling my cell phone, and a guy I knew was in the scope. Neil convinced, and Neil, Thotty, JDL, Sushi, and Wheels have been a little group that have fucked with people for a very long time. I got a phone call from Chaz one morning saying, "Hey, Neil is trying to get this guy to call you on your cell phone, just so you know." So I go into the scope from Periscope TV and I watch this guy setting up a phone call to me, knowing exactly that when my fucking phone rings, it's going to be this fucking asshole on Periscope. Okay? So he's so mad right now because of the coronavirus, because he can't. Oh, stop.
Talk to JDL. Did you talk to me? Did you talk to Gina? Did you talk to Wheels?
They also had 2 women call me that one of them sounded Australian, that tried to like flirt with me and pretend that they knew who the fuck I was. Let's see. How many times? Neil's called me a couple of times on my own cell phone and texted me. I've never given him my number. And JDL in a scope live in her own words said, "Wait till Yeti finds out how much it costs to reply to a chat in Australia. That it's like $5 a message." And I checked my bill and I never got charged. But you guys are idiots and you've been caught the whole fucking time. And I'm only one person because you did the same thing to Gina K, did the same thing to fucking Jeff, did the same thing to Popcorn, did the same thing to John Burkelli, you did the same thing to fucking Jen Dunn. Now she's sucking your fucking ass. You're all idiots. You're all fucking idiots. Listen, I don't have to give you proof of shit. All I got to do is tell you what you did. If the people don't believe it, I don't give a fuck. But deep down inside, all the people with real brains know it because they watched it, and I don't even really have to prove anything. I could just sit back and wait till you all stab each other in the fucking back, quite honestly.
You talked about which one? Those 2 times. Because you say you're your own boss. Okay, so did you have a job or did you not have a job? Could you explain it to us? Because at the time that you supposedly had a...
Okay, Crafty, since you're so interested, not only do I have a job, I own a business. Not only do I have a job and own a business, I also have a bunch of different side hustles. You're so worried about how I produce fucking income. Meanwhile, you were a janitor not too long ago until your husband got you a job with the county or the city. And now you're a secretary or possibly a clerk or some fucking dumbass fucking position because people say you worked at the dollar store and you yourself have admitted to being a janitor. So get the fuck out of here. I'm about to own property in 2 fucking states and can produce income wherever the fuck I go, literally can live wherever the fuck I want. And I got to answer to a fucking janitor who lives in the most expensive part of the country in California. How comfortable is it living on a janitor's salary in California, Crafty? Just out of curiosity.
Job. The only person that was next to you during this sentence, this quote unquote job, was your cat. So was the cat contacted? Okay, but then you said you have your own businesses. So was it your employer, or was it you if you have your own businesses? And if it was you, then who did you talk to? Seems pretty easy to me. I don't know why we're playing scopes.
Here. I'll break it down for you, Crafty. In real estate, if you're a real estate agent, you have to work under a broker. The broker that you work under, because you have a license from the state of Florida and everything, because of the Sunshine Law, is considered public record in the state of Florida. you can actually look up my license and you can look which broker I'm working for or under, actually. And JDL had on her Twitter that she tweeted my broker. Period. Problem solved. No proof needed. Was on her fucking Twitter. All of her dum-dums saw it. But they don't give a fuck. They're going to fucking lie and say that they didn't or that it wasn't there. But none of that really matters because I saw it. And here I am telling you what it was that I saw.
It's on its own. All you have to do is tell us who you talked to.
It's public record. It's public record. It's information that's just out there. It's not a violation of a specific law, but it could be used to build a case of harassment and stalking. And listen, I'm not done with that. Periscope's going to end, but Yeti will live on, I promise you. And the minute you fuck up, I'm going to use that fuck up, and I'm going to include all the times you fucked up with me, and I might come eat your lunch legally in a courtroom near you. It's possible.
Those 2 times? Where'd they call from? What was the area code? What were the first 3 numbers? I mean, there's so many. He said I posted it. What job, JDL? Okay, so let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So you posted his job.
You can go look at my corporation right now. You can look it up on Sunbiz. You can look at my condo right now through other means. I'm not going to tell you how, but it's easy. Once you know my name, Florida, everything is fair game because of the Sunshine State law. That's why I don't hide anything or lie, because it's all out there. Anyone can find it.
Twitter. He came on here 2 weeks ago saying that he didn't get the job. Okay? And we all know that he didn't get the job because he didn't pass the background check.
What job?
So what fucking employer? And that was not of any fault of a... Okay, because let me tell you something. Me, because I have a fucking real job, you guys can think it's a fucking dollar store. But, okay, when you're going to go in, let me explain how the job market works to the dumbasses over there.
Okay, a janitor, a former janitor is going to explain to me how the job market works.
When you get referred into a position, like let's just say Stormy, for instance. I give Stormy a referral. I tell Stormy, I'm putting your name in for this referral, but you got to do all the work to close the deal and seal the deal.
I just mixed 2 different vape juices together, and it came out really good. Just got to say. I accidentally bought a menthol one, and I mixed it with what I had left from another one, and I mixed mango and berry together. It's pretty delicious. Let's ask her how many toilets she cleans. I've never had a job that involved manual labor. I can promise you that. And I've never worked at a fast food restaurant. And I have a pretty specialized skill set. I'm a profitable individual. If you are buying something or selling something to the general public, no matter what it is, I can probably help facilitate that transaction. But anyway, no, pushing a broom does not pay that much.
So she goes in, she does her application, she does the interview, they give her the job. Now, whose responsibility is it to pass the fucking background check? Do I have any say so over that? No. It's fucking Stormy's fucking job to pass the background check. She doesn't pass the background check. Whose fault is that she doesn't?
And let me tell you why. I can't sell that shit because I don't believe in it. I don't think that and I don't do like little, type sales, retail based or retail level sales. There's not enough money in it. It's silly. Unless you own the items you're selling, you're never going to make enough money to do anything. Sorry, can't sell your crystals.
Didn't get the job. Stormy's fault. It's not fucking JDL's fault. And JDL wouldn't even have known where the fucking job was, motherfucker. She didn't have it. All she did was refer you into somebody who had a fucking job opening. Yeti embarrassed me by lying, and I still remain fair. Yeah, I know. He fucking lied about you. I mean, it is not her job. She didn't have...
No, she's totally full of shit. And I can explain that too. JDL got me a reference to a company called WSP, WSP was a government contract company, and this was during hurricane season, and there were a whole bunch of hurricanes. And WSP was basically a company that the United States government, that FEMA, contracted out inspections to. So basically, what I would do would be go from damaged area to damaged area, perform inspections for FEMA, and then once that inspection went through, FEMA would cut the victim a check based upon the damage, but it had to be relevant to the amount of damage done to the property. So formally before that, I was not only a certified fraud evaluator in the state of Florida, but I was also a deputy property appraiser, and I had managed not commercial property, but commercial rental property for an extended period of time before that. And I also owned a property, and I also had, at that point, I might not have had my real estate license, but I'd already gone to real estate school several times. So the minute I go on this website, upload my resume, get a phone call, and basically had to fly to Texas for a week, and they offered me a job right off the bat. There was a contract. I returned the contract, and I think they paid for the airfare there, but I had to cover expenses the entire time, which was significant because I was in a hotel for 8 days, 7 days, something like that, plus food and all that, and I'd be reimbursed. And long story short, I was at the end of a contract, and one of the federal background checks, or I shouldn't say federal background checks, one of the FEMA checks had to do with my driver's license because I'd have to rent a car to do the inspections. And I had a DUI on my record from maybe 10 or 12 or 15 years prior. So naturally, they're going to pick somebody without a DUI before somebody with a DUI, and I didn't pass that part of the background check. And it took me a year and a half to get reimbursed for all the money that I laid out. Or not a year and a half. It was a little over a year, something like that. So that's what they're talking about. And this is back when JDL and I were friends, and she lied to me. And we had intentions of meeting up when I was in Texas because that's where she was from. And she lied and said she was at a rental property and couldn't see me. And that's because she used her original Twitter account with her real name and then got on Periscope and started fighting with people. And it turns out she's a convicted felon, a disgraced nurse who stole Ativan and Dilaudid from the drug cart and was fired and possibly prosecuted. Don't even know that much of it, but I know she was caught, and I know she lost her license, and I know all that information mashed up, and it was on my fucking Twitter forever and ever and ever. And John Brickell was the first person to dox her publicly. And then Jen Dunn wanted me to dox her because she was fighting with her, and they flipped on us. I think I was still friends with Jen Dunn at that point. And Peggy's the one who did all the fucking research, and they'll swear up and down that it's all garbage and bullshit. And yeah, JDL is an opiate problem. You can hear the opiate growl in her voice when she ever calls into Scopes. But these are crazy people that I never should have fucking trusted, and I did, and here I am. And here you are.
Have the fucking job that you are applying to.
Opiate growl is, in my experience, more common with people on Suboxone than it is with actual opiates. But after a while, the drugs do something to your body, and your voice gets lower and raspy. And they call it the opiate growl. It's Googleable.
She referred you into a person who had a position available. Then she said, fucking, that's between y'all. Like most fucking people do.
No.
Besides,
it's a natural occurrence with either your vocal cords or your voice box or something. Has something to do with the drugs and extended use or extended periods of use. But it's an actual thing.
If that person had any kind of a brain, they wouldn't want fucking JDL involved with the interview process anyways, because she has no fucking input that would go into it. Numbnuts. Okay? What fucking Yeti wanted was the job handed to him in a little fucking box on a fucking platter by you, JDL, and a fucking French maid out.
No, you're an idiot and you know nothing. I spent a week in Texas in training, intensive fucking training, while a background test was being performed. And I literally worked for them 10 hours a day for a period of a week or a week and a half, something like 7 days or 8 days. I don't even really remember. And it was a pain in the balls. And it would have been, it wasn't a great fucking job. I would have made decent money, but I would have had to travel to, damaged parts of the country from hurricanes. And the time I got in, it was the end of the summer, the end of hurricane season. There was already lots of damage, and they had tons of people deployed. They were literally training hundreds of people at the time. And because of my background, I fell into a higher category than an average person that doesn't know how to assess or appraise or inspect property because I had experience in those fucking areas. It was a ding, ding, ding. Sushi Disco's live. Get out. I'd love to hear what she has to say. Fuck, my computer's gonna die too. What Sushi Disco's at? Or are you just a liar? I think you're just a liar. Somebody else, what up, Roasted? Somebody else would have busted in and said Sushi Disco's live. I also have to pee.
And here you are. All you need to do is fucking show, just like he was trying to do with Matty R this weekend. He wanted Matty R basically to fucking give him the job on a fucking silver platter with no experience whatsoever. Like, it was your responsibility to fucking close the deal. JDL did not know anything but
what the fuck are you even talking about? You know what's funny is that JDL's not scoping it. She's getting Crafty to do it. Crafty doesn't even know what she's talking about. JDL has a little bit more knowledge than Crafty, yet JDL has Crafty scoping about it as her mouthpiece. She doesn't even have the balls to talk about it herself.
Somebody had a fucking job available. Why are you blaming her because you didn't fucking get the motherfucking job? No, Yeti says his job was posted. We don't know what the job is. Do you know what the job is, Mr. Bobo's? What do you know this? Do you know if he had a job? Can you tell us what the job was? Because we don't know. But he says that it was posted on Twitter. So I mean, if Yeti says it, I guess it's truth, right? Because everything that comes out of fucking Yeti's mouth is truth. We've never seen the motherfucker have a job. In fact, he's claimed that he has his own businesses. How could we, even if JDL posted the job, are you telling me, Yeti, that she posted the businesses that you ran?
But,
and so when she...
Hey, if Sushi Disco's live, though, somebody needs to tell me.
Posted the job on Twitter, people might have contacted you, or contacted this said job. So when they contacted the job, it was really you? Is that what you're trying to? That's what you're trying to, like fucking pawn on.
What are you even talking about, Crafty?
You really think we fucking believe that, dude? If you had a fucking job, where was it posted on? Who posted it? Show us the post. Show us the post. You should be able to blur out fucking JDL's name and shit and just show us. I mean, not even JDL's name. Just post out the employer information. Just show us the fucking post. It's pretty fucking easy. And they're not asking for your left nut, dude. They're asking for you just to prove that you, like, people in here are even questioning if you had a fucking job. Because people know that you don't fucking work. How could you have a fucking job if you're sitting on Periscope for fucking 8 hours with a fucking cat in a porch? But you want us to believe that fucking cat. What did she do? Post you on a porch? Did JDL post you sitting on a porch next to the cat? And that was your job?
Oh, God.
Let me tell you into something, Yeti. Periscope is not a job.
I gotta try and
okay, this is not a job that I know you and all your cronies over there think that this is fucking work, but it's not. I'm gonna need a job if I don't stay off this app. No scope at work. Oops. Well, you know what? Go to Yeti. Yeti has a job. He'll put you fucking babysitting a cat on a porch and then call it fucking work. You know, go over there with Yeti. Pass this out drunk. Exactly. On Sunday, did you go to bed early because you had work today? Probably not, because you don't have a fucking job, Yeti. Yeti, first, let's even go back further. Prove to us you even had a fucking job. Like, what are the businesses that you run? Like, what is it, a PI firm? Can you tell us some of the work that you've done as having owned a private investigation firm? What are some of the jobs that you've done? And what are they? Because you know what? One day you were a private investigator, then you were a fucking jeweler, then you were a fucking property manager. Which one is it?
Never was a jeweler. Couldn't fix jewelry if you put a gun to my head, but I can buy the metal and the fucking stones. I do have my private investigator's intern license in the state of Florida, but I've never worked in that capacity in any way, shape, or form. What else? What else? What other lies?
Which one is it? And which one of those jobs did JDL post? Like, be more specific. You need to be more specific so that we can hold the fucking people accountable for those specific actions. You can't fucking...
Thirsty. You just want to know about me. You just want to know about my life. You're obsessed. All of your little grandmas are obsessed. You're going to run around telling lies to cover for your grandma while fucking working up a lather thinking about what I do. And you're a janitor. Sorry, or you were a janitor either way, but it's okay.
Be general. You can't be general, dude, because we don't know who to fucking hold accountable. So you need to give us more detail. I'm trying to help you. If you want to get to the bottom of this, we're going to need some fucking proof here. I need a proof. I need a date of a tweet.
All right.
What fucking job?
Listen, I'll pick this up later. It's no longer fun. My back hurts like a motherfucker. I'm going to go try and walk around and stretch the fuck out and go get something to make for dinner. I know. It's sad. Her voice is annoying. She's the Periscope Chihuahua. Between her and Nina, I'd like to jump off a fucking roof head first and pray to God that I die and not just paralyze myself. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. If Sushi Disco goes live, somebody text me. Oh, Courtney scoping to me. Who cares? All right, guys. Later on.